No, look, there's I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy.
But I'm gonna go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back.
Canelo Alvarez responds to Terence Crawford's knockout highlights by showing respect for his abilities. He admits Crawford did an excellent job against Errol Spence, making the victory appear almost effortless. Still, Canelo notes that Spence is the only elite name Crawford has truly defeated, raising questions about the rest of his resume. Looking ahead, Canelo promises that fans will find out the truth when...
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Canelo suggests that he already has a strong grasp of Crawford's style and approach, expressing full belief in his own preparation. With a grin, he remarks that Turki Alalshik will not be pleased on fight night, since he will be supporting Crawford in his corner.
Nothing you're going to be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turki is in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's going to be very difficult. He's going to be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
Canelo's choice to spar with Jaron Ennis is being recognized as a brilliant decision. Johnny Ortiz explains that Ennis is the closest resemblance to Terence Crawford in body type and technique, making him an ideal sparring partner. This gives Canelo the chance to adjust to Crawford's rhythm, movement, and advantages in real time while refining his own timing and defensive skills. At the same time, Ennis gains invaluable experience training with a veteran champion, which helps in his own career growth. Ortiz views it as a rare win-win.
It makes sense, and it's definitely a good experience for both. Eddie Reynoso and Canelo, shout out to them because now it shows that they serious with a real game plan, and Boots is, to me, everybody's a perfect opponent, I wouldn't say opponent, perfect sparring partner to have to replicate Crawford because they both switch hitters and stuff like that, and they got dog in them and reflexes for sure. So it shows Canelo serious, and on Boots end, to be able to spar a Hall of Famer, top tier guy, it gave him great experience, and you could tell he really wants it. It's a sport where Boots is getting an opportunity to spar a Hall of Famer. Who cares? And in reality, what the fuck loyalty does Boots owe to Crawford when it comes to the sport of boxing? I mean, Crawford didn't do shit even back while Boots was trying to get his opportunity when it was Spence and Crawford. Every time Boots' name got mentioned, you heard the Bud Clowns be like, oh yeah, he don't deserve it. Oh, who did he fight? Oh, who this and that, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. It's like it's different shit that you need to be woke up outside of boxing. Boxing is a sport. There's shit that we need to really come together. I didn't see y'all come together like 5 years. The Bud Clowns, because it's real fans, the Bud Clowns is bashing PBC. Everything Boots, when you bring up Boots' name, putting him down, I didn't hear like, oh yeah, instead of fighting Canelo or fighting this person, he should fight Boots.
Jose Benavidez emphasizes the importance of Canelo Alvarez bringing in Jaron Boots Ennis for sparring. In his view, Ennis reflects Crawford in several critical aspects, including physical build, mobility, and technique. training with someone who closely mirrors Crawford gives Canelo a psychological edge before the fight even begins. Benavidez also highlights that Crawford's smaller size compared to Canelo could be decisive once they clash. For him, preparing with a powerful...
To give Canelo maybe a little bit more confidence that he is sparring somebody really good, and is a really good fighter, and I think that would be a good motivation, you know, for Canelo Alvarez. I just think that Crawford is too small for Canelo. I think Canelo's too big for Crawford, but in my opinion, I think if Crawford could maybe just tap, get out, tap, hook, get out, maybe once in a while throw a straight punch and just win by points and use his legs, I think I see him winning by decision. But if he tries to exchange with Canelo Alvarez, I think he's gonna make a mistake and he's gonna get hit with one shot and maybe he can get hurt, and that would change the whole fight, you know. But I think he's faster. Crawford is faster, and a straight punch, get out, you know. Don't stay there to throw or try to trade with Canelo Alvarez.
Okay, fair to say. Fair to say. Now, do you feel like when it comes down to the demeanor of making that decision of bringing it in, does it show that he's taking this camp perhaps a little bit more serious than others? I mean, what do you think about just the move per se?
You know, it's very difficult to say. He's never brought anybody really good to his camp until this time. Maybe he's lacking enough confidence, or maybe he just wants to use them to trick the people, or, I mean, it's very awkward and very funny that he brought Ennis to his camp, you know. So, but at the end of the day, they know what they're doing, you know, and we got to respect that. And I think
the worldwide interest in boxing has entered a new chapter where streaming platforms dominate record-breaking viewership. Netflix's showdown between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson captured a staggering 65 million viewers, becoming the largest fight ever in terms of audience size. That moment proved combat sports hold far greater appeal than traditional projections suggested. Now, the looming battle between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford carries the potential to surpass that milestone. This fight represents more than just two athletes competing. It represents a historic...
Like Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, which was obviously on Netflix as well, the biggest concurrent view was, I think, 65 million. So at one stage of a time, 65 million people were watching that fight, which is crazy, hence why it broke Netflix servers. I do wonder what this does. I think it does around 10 to 15, which is still an incredible number. The problem with these two, and I was saying this morning actually to Gareth A. Davis, like, there's no antagonizer here, is there? No one is willing to play the role of the bad guy, the heel, the bully. And you almost need that a little bit. Jake Paul was actually quite smart in the way in which he promoted the Tyson fight. Obviously, look, it's Mike Tyson. But it was promoted so well where Jake was willing to be the guy that, I'm going to fuck up the greatest fighter of all time. You know, he was willing to kind of say all those things and play that role. So people almost tuned in to see him get chinned as well. Neither of these guys are playing that role. Neither of these guys, I don't think, have crossed over massively to non-boxing fans. I mean, to us, they're like gods, but to non-boxing fans, I do wonder how much people know them.
Terence Crawford has never been the type to shy away from big challenges, and his preparation for Canelo highlights his careful approach to strategy. Crawford admits fighting larger opponents comes with difficulties, but insists there are ways to overcome them. His first tactic is to force bigger men backward, something they usually dislike since their size.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back, you know, so it kind of fucks them up in the head, you know. Yeah. Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's two ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now, Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now, the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo.
Pushing them back disrupts their rhythm. His second approach is to sap their energy and take advantage of their tendency to become flat-footed, a weakness common among naturally bigger fighters. Crawford's grasp of these tactics shows his high ring IQ. He knows victory takes more than toughness. It demands the ability to turn disadvantages into weapons. His camp has been built around this idea, sharpening conditioning.
Canelo does struggle to cut off the ring at times. We saw that in the Skull fight. And he does load up on single shots now. But at the same time, Crawford is not the same pure boxer that Floyd Mayweather was. Mayweather rarely got hit in that shell. And his form of countering, a pull counter, for example, was, I'm not going to get touched and then I'll make you pay. Whereas Crawford's style of counterpunching is different. Bud will take one to throw 2 or 3 back, and he can't do that against Canelo because of the size and power difference. If Bud takes a clean right hand to throw back an uppercut or a hook, he's either going to get dropped or he's going to end up on his bike like Jermell Charlo. So while I do agree Crawford does have the superior skill set in this fight, but because he doesn't have the size to push Canelo back, or the defense of someone like Mayweather to stay perfect for 12 rounds on the outside, I do think Canelo's size and power will make the difference in this fight. And that's why I like Canelo to win.
Despite all the rivalry talk, Terence Crawford has expressed deep respect for Canelo Alvarez's standing in boxing. He acknowledges Canelo as one of the last links to a golden era, a fighter who battled and shared the stage with legends, something Crawford knows is rare today. For him, facing Canelo is not just about titles or legacy. It is about challenging himself against someone who has carried the tradition of greatness. By framing it this way,
Well, listen, I call Canelo out because, like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. The Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights. So this is my mega fight. This is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight an all-time great like Canelo.
Sean Porter offers another perspective, suggesting Canelo will not present anything Crawford hasn't already dealt with. From Porter's standpoint, Crawford has fought a wide variety of styles: speedsters, heavy punchers, counterpunchers, and naturally bigger men. This adaptability is what separates him. Porter believes Crawford's versatile skill set can handle whatever Canelo brings, even if the Mexican star holds more power and size. For fans, that viewpoint brings back.
Get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. Terence is not going to see anything that he hasn't seen before. No, he hasn't seen this beast on fight night, but he's seen versions of this beast for a very, very, very long time. People have said that he's a blown-up 147-pound fighter. If you remember, he said it was hard for him to make 147 when he fought Errol Spence Jr. I was like, yo, how is that possible? I didn't realize he was really doing everything that's needed to gain the weight properly. Most fighters don't know how to gain weight and fit into a weight class properly. He's done that.
Antonio Tarver describes the fight through the lens of danger, warning that Canelo only needs one perfect shot to change the entire night. His argument is that while Crawford may be sharper, quicker, and more technical, Alvarez's punching power remains the great equalizer. Tarver, with his experience, stresses that one mistake against a puncher like Canelo could end everything in an instant. His caution reminds...
And Canelo only need one punch. You know what I mean? That really, basically, that's what it boils down to. I think Canelo only need one shot to change the game or change the fight. Crawford gonna have to stay consistent and win out. Gonna have to get ahead and stay ahead. You know what I mean? And then also looming is the controversy. Can Crawford win a close decision? I could never win a close decision. I never won a close decision. That's what's looming. I think if Crawford is going to guarantee victory, he got to stop him.
A man who ain't been stopped.
He got to stop him, bro.
It's challenge.
So that's going to be the challenge. So I like Bud. I've always loved Bud, bro. But he in for a hell of a fight. If Saul show up, it's going to be powerful. You heard me?
Andre Rozier stresses the importance of Canelo's choice to spar with Jaron Ennis, pointing out that it proves how seriously Canelo is approaching preparation. For Rozier, bringing in such a high-level fighter shows the respect Canelo has for Crawford's ability. He isn't taking the challenge lightly. Instead, he's filling his camp with sparring partners who can push him in ways similar to Crawford. Rozier believes this is why Canelo has stayed at the top for so long. His willingness to adjust, prepare, and test himself in training. That mindset gives fans confidence the fight will deliver the very best version.
To get ready for Crawford.
I would think it would be because he's ambidextrous, as is Crawford, so it can do nothing but help him. And he has Hernandez also helping, another fighter who is ambidextrous, so it helps. And we just want to see him do what he has to do, because this is a great fight.
Who were you initially taking? Is it Crawford, or who were you initially
taking? I think I'm always under the direction of the bigger, better man. And Canelo's the bigger guy in this fight. And Crawford is my guy. He's just 2 weight classes and everything else. It's going to be tough. But if anybody can bring some energy to this, it'll be Crawford.
Does Canelo bringing Boots into camp, does that lower Crawford's chances to you?
It doesn't help. I'll tell you that much. It's a very, very astute move to bring someone who switches from lefty to righty. Big, strong young man, very fast, capable punching power. It's going to be a help. It'll be a help for him.
Mike Perry acknowledges Terence Crawford's talent, but ultimately leans toward Canelo, pointing to the relentless force of Mexican power. His comment highlights the pride and national identity Canelo brings into the ring, carrying the hopes of an entire country. Perry also adds a lighter touch to the build-up, referencing Crawford's playful exchange with Turki Al-Yalai. Though humorous, it shows how even small moments become...
I'm going with the Mexican power. I think, I know Terence is tough, you know. He's an incredible fighter, but I'm going to go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turki's hand.
Not every analyst agrees that sparring with Jaron Ennis perfectly prepares Canelo for Crawford. Some insist that Crawford's unique style cannot be duplicated. They note that Crawford has assembled some of the sharpest minds and talents for his own camp, giving him elite-level guidance. In their view, Crawford's preparation may actually be stronger, since his training focuses on versatility rather than imitation. While Canelo sharpens against a fighter similar to Crawford, the American champion is gathering insights from multiple brilliant sources. This difference in approach highlights the complexity of the matchup. It's not just a clash in the ring, but also of ideas.
Jaron Boots Ennis don't talk about nobody. He stayed on himself. He stay in Philly. Yeah, we as supporters and them people as fans, I'm nobody's fan, feel that he may have ducked Virgil Ortiz or Virgil Ortiz ducked him. But hey, man, Jaron Boots Ennis don't even give off that type of energy to be out there and to be out there wilding. The man trying to fight Canelo. What's wrong with him getting work with Canelo, bro? That's priceless work. That is sparring. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Andre Ward. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Shakur Stevenson. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Lester Martinez. The man got mad people up there in camp, bro. Mad people in camp. Let that man Canelo get his sparring partners. Y'all got to be up over there scared. Y'all got to be up over there musty. To culture by wearing a Gucci belt. He sold out to culture by wearing a Louis Vuitton belt. We got to stop, bro. We got to stop. Niggas pick and choose when they want to be Malcolm X. Niggas pick and choose when they want to be Huey P. Newton. Niggas be straight up there, up in a white club, looking for the girl with no rhythm. Yeah, her right there. She don't dance good enough. I think I get stopped, bro. Y'all got to stop, bro. Y'all have.
That wraps up today's breakdown. Make sure to stay tuned until next time for more updates on this historic showdown.